Bonjour, 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 bonjour. Comment ça va? J'espère que tu vas bien. Je suis la Hoodoo, and it's me, the Hoodoo Queen. Welcome to my channel. I hope that everyone is doing well today. I hope that you're feeling great. I hope that you're looking great and all of those things. Hello, hello, everybody. On this beautiful Tuesday, happy Ostara. Yes, 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 yes. All of the spring things and in between things. Yes, indeed. So, welcome everybody. I do apologize for my tardiness. Trying to make sure that I got to work with a couple of things in place and in hand so I wouldn't have to leave. And it sort of put me a little bit behind, but she's good. Kombucha, iced keto coffee. It is not because I use sugarcane, not monk fruit. So, oh well. They say the thought is what counts. So we'll go with that. Please make sure that you subscribe to this channel, give the video a thumbs up, leave a sweet, kind comment below, hit your notification or postification buttons, please. And I'll be so grateful. So grateful. Um, Queen and everyone, the struggle is real today. Yeah, it seems to be one of those kind of days, you know. Um, but hey, look, we gonna be okay. We gonna be just fine. We gonna make it through. I promise you, the struggle of today won't be your struggle tomorrow, and you'll be a little bit farther ahead. So let us just keep moving forward. You know, that's a big thing that I do want to just encourage everybody to keep in mind. Keep moving forward. You know, the thing about it is you can only do your best. You can only do your best. If you're doing all the necessary things out of the right intentions, um, and and even in and approaching things with the right intentions, with a good heart or good mind, and all of this logic, um, sometimes you still feel that resistance or that challenge. But you know, it's like I said. It's like I said. The It's like I said in my personal Instagram page, and I'm telling y'all, please follow that page at Cotalia underscore. My message today was have the faith you had when you had less. Have the faith you had when you had less. And I started it off by saying, your faith is full of fear. Your faith is full of fear. If you are doubtful that you will get through it, that you will succeed, that you will make it through, if you um, are questioning and have anxiety and stress about not um, achieving and succeeding or not winning or losing and loss, your faith is full of fear. And so I have to just tell you, you must have the faith you had when you had less, because when you had less, all you had was the belief in, if I did this, that this in fact can happen, it will happen. If I work hard, that was the faith in you, faith in your ability. I'm not talking about some spiritual stuff. I'm saying you said, you know what? If I bust my tail, if I have to work at the KFC, the Captain D's, the Popeyes, and the Shoney's, I think there's one more Shoney's in Alabama. If I put in this work, it has to get better. And I guarantee you this. I don't know what your struggle is today, but what I do know is this. You are not you are not living in the struggle you were concerned about 5 months ago. So your father ahead, even if it's not a lot further ahead, you are farther ahead. Okay. And there is nothing like a reminder such as this when you feel tired, stressed, um, underpaid, overworked. Let me keep pushing on. And it's not just pushing on, it is working through, because you don't want to ignore. You can't ignore it. And that's that thing that's why, baby, I should have called this the doctrine of violence. Because it goes into some of y'all's ideas and methods of living of, okay, well, because right now I'm gonna in the book I mentioned this about therapy. Your therapy is not therapeutic if they're just pointing out your issues and your problems. Oh, that triggers you. This triggers you. That's low vibrational. This is low vibrational. That's not being the highest self and all of those things. Well, guess what, my love? You just telling me this and me being able to recognize that's not good for me. 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 This hurt me, that hurt me, this has hurt me, this is hurting me, does not stop the pain. It does not stop the strife and the struggle and all of those things. But in fact, but in fact, if you do not acknowledge whatever these triggers are, and then going, how do I solve this? And in that space of solving, in the space of solving, there are multiple elements that you have to understand. And the biggest thing is that you have to respect and honor the progression of the solve, of the solution, of of the um of the healing, if it's even healing. Because sometimes it's not healing. A lot of y'all don't even need to be healed. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I put that in the book, but I need to put that in the book. Okay. A lot of y'all have something, I need to be healed. I need to be healed. I'm healing. I'm healing. No, you're not. You're not even hurt. You're not even wounded. You're not even harmed. If we're going to be real about it. But you're, um, performing because it's what everyone else is doing. Pity party performances. Okay. And and with that being said, you have to understand that it's about growing through some of these things. And sometimes it's not about healing, it's about building on top of. Okay. Oh, no, my childhood traumas. Baby, you did not have a childhood traumatic experience because your parents made you go to church on Sunday and Wednesday. And now that you are an adult, you don't want to be a Christian, does not equate to religious trauma. That is an adult revelation. That is called your part of your spiritual development and even personal choice. Okay. That's not trauma. All right. But what you can say, you know what? I did not like that. I did not want that. I didn't agree to it. But this was the culture that I was brought into. And for this reason, I am choosing now to build a new faith and build myself on this new spiritual path. So you are in a process of building, not healing, if that makes sense to my listeners today. And so and yes, Jessica, it's time to do something different. It's definitely time to do something different. It's time. And here's the thing. What I'm gonna tell you, I love. What I love about life is it just takes a moment for you to do something different. And when you do something different, you are now changing things. And you got to respect the changing before the change. You have to respect the changing before you can honor the change. But what I love about life is just in one day, if I choose not to eat four 1,400 calories and I dropped 200 of those calories, I see an immediate change. Even if it's not a pen size, I may feel better. I may not be bloated. But the moment you begin to make a difference, do something different, you immediately put forth changing. Things begin to change. And the more you implement those things, the greater that change becomes. And again, changing is a process. Changing itself is a process. Changing itself is a process. Um, and that is a huge, huge, huge thing that people have to understand and respect and honor. You have to honor it. Um, I I mean, even in my personal life, my own self, it's the same thing. And sometimes you are hit aggressively or heavily with things, and your immediate reaction is, "Oh my goodness, oh my gosh, things are happening," and you're losing it, right? Mm-mm. We're not gonna do that because you got to remember, have the faith you had, have the faith um you had when you had less. I also mentioned in my short, in my reel, in saying, make sure that you recognize where you are today. You are living in some of your dreams. You are living towards some of your dreams. You are um you are holding some of your winnings and achievements. Okay? And that should validate and confirm the power of the faith you had when you had less. Y'all make sure y'all share this video with somebody today. May that just may be the reading for everybody today, to be honest. Um, there was a word that came to me last evening, right when I laid my head upon my pillow. And I said, I have to share this today. And so I shared it. And you'll get more of those things on my personal page at Cotalia_. Um, but yes, I just want to encourage everybody, just encourage everybody as I'm and the thing about it is you may not be where you used to be and you may not be where you want to be, but you're not where you used to be. Right. And that is again a testament to, hey, look, if I make these changes and I do things differently, yes, again, I can achieve, I can move forward, I can grow, you know, in all of these things. Those things are going to happen. But you can't, but see, this is why this whole think positive, be positive, think positive. All right, somebody done stabbed me. I'm not bleeding. It's just flowing like water. I'm gonna flow like water. I got hit by a truck. That's not pain. That's um bricks of elevation that is going to lead me to glory or whatever the situation may be. It's always this false reality and this inauthenticity that toxic positivity stuff is inauthentic, is very inauthentic. And a lot of you will end up harming yourselves because you're not acknowledging the pain, the hurt, the challenge, the strife, the struggle, the uphill, the enemy, the problem, whatever it is. Okay. Yes. Perfect example. I actually pull the cards out here as Similion says, like the phases card. I will show you the phases card, and I'll actually. And again, this is why I love the Tarot de la Livre. I love everything that the ancestors made it to be, because you're gonna see here, for example. Uh-uh, these cards are a bit. And these are the Imperial cards. That will be something else if that's the only card that is not in here. And it is, there we go. There we go. Triple A. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So Jessica uses my triple A, is what I call the triple A's. Acknowledgement, accept, and action. So the phases card. Which tells us things are inevitably going to change. But if you ignore those changes, the reverse of it, you're going to have to relive those lessons, right? Please get your Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre Doctrine of Divination. And I would like for you to turn to phases. Yeah, this is my sermon voice. Phases. Y'all, phases is page 111, 111. Inevitable change, life seasons, life phases. Okay. I'm going to show you the reason why I do love this so very much. So this is the first page. When you turn this page, what you end up getting is the continuation here, but you never lose your card. When the phase is upright, introduces itself in your reading, this card, this is a card that literally communicates inevitable change. You have to find this inevitable change repeated throughout the deck. And someone may ask, how does the sun and moon relate or correspond to inevitable change? Well, the truth is, no matter if it's a cloudy day or cloudless day, the sun is going to rise and it's going to set, regardless of what astrological shenanigans are happening. The moon phases will always be a thing. So these are inevitable changes. These inevitable changes absolutely communicate whatever is happening in our lives at this particular moment. When this card shows up, it is an inevitable change, or inevitable changes are coming. Nonetheless, changes are inevitable. We also have to respect that when we are talking about life and seasonal phases, inevitable changes, etc., you are encouraged to move through them, okay? Move through them and then learn from them. All right? Listen here. It got me feeling like that girl that was reading talking about some my rod and thy staff. He bathes me with Earl. Earl. Hallelujah. Oh my gosh. Let me continue on. It's only when you fight the phases of change that life become more turbulent. But beyond that, understand that with life phases, you are not always going understand with life phases that they are not are going to last for a long time. They could be they could be very short ones. It could be as simple as a sun up, sun down, or it could be as long as a 21 odd day cycle of the moon. So it's super important to recognize that change is inevitable with or without this card, but understanding that one must respect and honor inevitable change in order to grow through the process. And so like when people say that they have read this, they say like you hear me speaking it, it's because it's literally my voice verbatim. Um so the reversal, let's talk about the reversal of the phases card today. When the phases reverse card comes up, it says that you have a strict and strong resistance to change. Whenever this card comes up, you have a resistance, or you could resist. Oh, one moment. I hear the phone. Well, I thought I heard it, and I thought that it was over here. Actually, I wasn't looking for a particular phone call, but a part of me felt that I was going to get one and that I should be taking that call. So I will get to that in a moment. Um, when the phases reverse card shows up, it says that you have a strict and strong resistance to change. Whenever this card comes up, you have a resistance, or you could be resistant to change in the future, which literally means you're going to have to go through this phase again. But all of that really depends on how the cards are laid out. More on that later, it says. So either you have the beauty and opportunity to go through the changes, learn the lessons that need to be learned, and move on, or experience a wig dragging of all, or the wig dragging of it all. um, and have to relive these lessons. If these are life lessons that are going to keep happening, and these are life lessons that will keep happening until you learn them. Someone will say, well, if it's a phase like the moon or the sun, then I'm going to have to go through them um, again and again. And that is incorrect because the sun and the moon doesn't stay necessarily in the same space, although it is inevitably changing, to be honest. But I'm just going to jump right down here to the end of this. It says, but if you fight against those changes, you will in fact begin to lose out on the things that you want and desire because you are not operating in that flow. You're actually wasting time. It's literally conversation of choose the path of least resistance. Okay. So again, I'm so excited for you all to get your doctrines of divination, of card divination, and really begin to operate and um really begin to operate. And it's funny because as I just say that out loud and I read that out loud, oh gosh, I can't believe I'm actually about to say these words. But you know, hoodoo itself is not a religion. It's not a religion, it's magic. It's a magical method, an African American magical method. We know these. But I've often told people if you had to, and the biggest difference of religion and magic is this: there is no um, life ethics. There's no particular way to live by. But if you had to find something in the traditional African American culture of hoodoo and ethics to live by, it would be by the natural world. And so when I read that, and I'm thinking about, living by the flow of the sun or the phases of the moon is a life, um is an ethic of life, or an is a ethic that one can live by and that one should live by. And it's interesting because now I'm thinking to myself, is this a doctrine of actually beginning to solidify and understand the life of this magic and of our people, and those are the ethics that the natural world is the religion that we are living by. um you know um Living by the ethics of the natural world isn't hoodoo, but living by the natural world, um in this perspective, comes from that. Just something to consider. Yes. I also want to remind everybody, I know that we've gotten deep into this situation already, that we do have our community service that is available right now. If you are interested, it is available. The link is over in the bio. There are um, 2 Zoom services that I will be doing on the 31st. There are limited spaces because I have limited solution and in offerings to send out. I would encourage you that if you care for somebody and you really want them to be blessed, to send them this immediately, because I have to be very honest with you. This is going to be next level. Part 1 of the Zoom will be that we are going to be assisted with Papa Dambalabedo and Aidobedo. And for this reason, we will be able to attract whatever these blessings are. But in the evening, when we do our Zoom, you, in fact, will get to choose any spell work you want to do. And I'm probably going to go live in the Coven, um, in the virtual Coven group, just go live and ask you all, what is it that you're wanting to do spell work on? So I can tell you the exact items you would need, or items that you may want to consider to do your spell work that evening. Why? Because in the evening, we're going to be doing the Ashe magnifying with Papa Loco. He magnifies your Ashe. So when you're working within your spell work or whatever it is that you want, he will magnify it and he will visit you in 3 days. So I want to just make sure that everyone has that option. That link is over in the bio. Please do not miss out on that. Um, and just, keep it in mind. Just keep it in mind is all that I'm saying. All right, everybody. So we are now in Aries season. We are now in Aries season. Wonderful Icy and Sarah. I took the money off my altar to get the paperback, but I so wanted the hardcover. But thank you, baby. It's the same information, just a little bit of an upgrade now. But the Imperial cards, that's a whole different situation there. So, anyways, everybody, real quick now, I'm just going to go through real quick. and let everyone hear their cards. I'm going to go through them quickly, and then I'm going to give you a collective reading of what they all mean together as one. All right. So, fire signs, where are you? Fire signs, where are you? Then we call on our earth signs, where are you? Water signs, hold up, earth signs, air signs, and then um airs. All right, so fire signs, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I just now noticed the card deck by the yes, yes, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, fire signs. Queen of Spades. From fire, we go to earth. Queen of Hearts. From earth, we go to air. Five of Hearts. And from there, we go to water. The Two of Diamonds. So, on a quick flash understanding of those, Queen of Spades, fire signs, it's time for us to do some spiritual work and to get justice. It's time for us to only by our hands what we see. And again, thank you, ancestors. I mean, listen, y'all. I am so excited to start reading with these Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre. But baby, I don't know how I'm gonna put these the playing cards down. I don't know. I mean, I can read. Actually, I can read playing cards with the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre, but like these are my baby, right? Queen of Spades shows up. It tells us that only by our hands can we can we get the justice, harmony, peace, understanding, whatever it is. It says that we got to get work. We got to get our hands in it and do um spiritual and mundane work. Okay. Okay. So I'm just having a complete come apart right now because I'm getting this card, right? I received that message last night, right? I can't remember exactly what the Similion here mentioned the phases card. I recently have been presented with some things in my personal life that could be a challenge. But then as I go back and I'm thinking to myself, 2019, I was making some huge changes in my life that would change, which is when I moved to Mobile, actually, as it is the 19th day. As I'm just noticing all of these things, a lot of that had to do with some personal things that have just been presented with today. Um, the work that I did during that time started now over 9 weeks that allowed me to get my house in June. By working with Papa Dambala Vedo and Papa Loco. Um, and then to see again, I'm in a different space, but now, and I'm not reliving what I lived, but this is an elevated version of this. Okay, you're really about to come into another big aspect of your life. What are you planting and what are you doing? And that work has to be done. That work has to be done. Ashe, I get it. The Queen of Hearts says your heart's desire for the next sign, our earth signs. It says you will have your heart's desire, but also make sure that you are responding and reacting to life at this moment with um with emotional maturity. Do not become emotionally erratic and scattered, that you becoming detriment to the work that you're doing. Okay, moving on to our air signs, it says that for you, things are in fact progressively getting better. Things are getting better. Respect this process, respect this journey right now. Things are getting better. Where they are will not be where they end. They are going to be in a completely different, better space and position. And last but not least, to our water signs, assess the things that are in your life right now. They're superficial, they're not that deep. Don't stress out. If things are approached and handled now, and things are taken care of now, there won't be an avalanche or a big snowball or a big blow up later. But also, please keep in mind that you have to acknowledge the blessings of now so that you can be blessed larger later. So let me just put that into one big perspective for everyone. So here is the collective reading for everybody here today. In order for you to have the justice, peace, understanding, and the reality that you want, you need to put your hands in this pot and get it done. Only by your actions can you see the changes that you desire. Through the actions that you provide, your heart will be fulfilled as long as you stay emotionally mature and nurturing the things that need to be nurtured, that deserve to be nurtured. In nurturing those things, things will progressively get better. And do not fret about where you're starting. Understand in your faith that you had when you had less, that things are going to conclude in your favor. So there's no need to worry. Handle things now when they're small. Handle things now at this moment. Recognize the blessings that you have today. And understand, remember, we are living in our dreams, some of us, our winnings. Know that. Trust that. Okay. And that, my dear, is why I tell you all, listen to every single sign, listen to every single element, because it all applies to all of us. We all carry multiple spaces, but this is the full reading to everything. All right. I thank you all so very much. It's been a pleasure. It's been amazing being here today. Y'all, please remember to go get your community service. And I would love it if y'all shared this video. Please share this video, because I've said a lot today that's going to change some of you for the rest of your lives. I guarantee it. Share this blessing with somebody. Okay. Share it in your TikTok, in your Facebook, in your Instagram, in your MySpace, in your FaceSpace, whatever. I don't care. Um, I thank you so very much. I love you deep. And bye bye.